So in this class, we focus on authentic movement and authentic motion. And that's quite different from a normal technique class. Any of you, if you were to go into a ballet class, they would automatically say, this is how you turn out your feet. This is how you hold your arms. This is how you port a bra. These are the rules, right? You go swing dancing and they say, this is the rule. These are the constraints. This is what we're doing, yeah? But in movement, there are really different constraints and really different rules. Angel and I didn't come in and teach them a ton of technique. We taught them very little technique. And then we charged them to find how God purposed them to move. Without the constraints of modern dance, how did God make your body to move? Is this a dance? Maybe. If it's authentic, sure. Yes? But it comes from a true and deep place at the core of who you are. So, I'm going to hand over to Angel, and our amazing students are going to show you while she talks.
So in this class, it would look like practicing connection and sensitivity with each other through mirroring. So mirroring is an exercise where two people are spontaneously moving as one. There's a leader and a follow, but the goal is that you wouldn't be able to distinguish which one is which. Another exercise that we practiced was shadowing, which is where the group spontaneously moves as one. And there's one leader and the rest of the group is practicing group sensitivity to follow. In our class, we would research using our bodies to understand the quality of tension and relief.
And then we would start the really hard work. We would begin having a conversation with Jesus. We would ask him questions like, who do you say I am? Where are you and what are you doing when I'm afraid? What do you actually think about movement and what am I doing in this class? They would ask the Lord that question. They would journal his thoughts. And then they would start to explore. They would start to research with their bodies, looking at nature around them and how it responds to the wind, to the rain, meditating on the voice of the Lord, and how their body responds to that meditation. They would start to create choreography. And this is how we made every single bit of choreography in this class.
So the students are going to show you movement that's connected to what God says about who they are. And I'm just going to ask that you guys hold your applause until the very end.
I am a mover. I'm an expression of God's image. I'm a boy who delights in dancing with his father. I am a strong warrior.
I am a mover. I am marked by the glory of Emmanuel's delight, tenderness, and fire. I am a tidal wave of authentic joy. I am brave and I am lovely.
I am a mover. I am his very breath. I am strong, gentle, passionate, and pure. I am his.
I am a mover. I am powerful. I am his masterpiece. I am a willing vessel yielding to the process of becoming.
I am a mover. I am a mirror. I am a graceful breeze and gentle stream. I am strong and steady.
I am a mover. I am the drumbeat of the Father's heart. I am rooted and responsive like the trees. I am the snow swirl of an overjoyed father.
They're awesome, right? Yes. Okay, now we're going to show you a really special prompt we engaged about midway through the school. And this one is called the God Over Fear prompt. So you guys can go ahead and get ready. This was a really special moment. Even in the studio, it was really a turning point for us as a class, where these students really gave in to their power, to their authority that they actually carry in their own lives. The God Over Fear prompt is pretty simple. They sit with a father and ask, God, when I am afraid, where are you and what are you doing? So they sat and they journaled his response. In this class, they had to conquer so much fear. They had to stand up, and their only media was their body, which is very vulnerable. So we were hitting some serious walls pretty early on because all they had was their body. And so asking God what he is doing in those moments is vital to their process. They journaled his response, and then they stood up in their authority to declare God's voice in their own lives. In 2 Samuel, King David rejoices and dances a crazy dance as he brings the Ark of the Covenant back into Israel. It was a moment where he carried the movement of God into his nation. And so each of these students carried the voice of God into their lives. Without apology, they stood up and they are going to declare God's voice over them. This is a very powerful, sacred practice, and I'm really, really proud of them. So just like the last one, please hold your applause to the very end.
My son, I have conquered fear. You are safe inside my arms. You are mine. And when you seek my face, you will not be overcome.
I am piercing the veil with my eyesight. The love in my eyes draws you into my embrace. I am a mother who contends over your goodness and strength. Let me hold you, garden dust.
I see you. Let me fight. The battle's won. I'll lavish you in all my love.
I am the air touching your skin and filling your lungs. I blanket your whole being in my powerful protection. I am your dragon. You can rest on my back. It is my joy and honor to hold and protect you.
Philip, when you are afraid, I'm speaking your name to bring your focus back to me. I surround you with my peace. I lift you from where you have fallen. And I embrace you.
Zoya, when you are afraid, I'm with you in the fire. I catch you when you fall. I cover you. I cherish you. I run after you. You are mine.
We are each going to share about what we expected movement to be, how God surprised us, and what we learned from movement. Please hold any applause until the end. I'll start. I expected more time spent on the logistical and technical side of dance, and I expected to be awful and embarrassed while trying. God caught me off guard by making this a space where I actually learned to express my inside world with movement natural to me. The freedom of mind and growth in feeling I found while moving in this way was both astounding and consistent. Movement ended up being a beautiful collective place where we all got to learn how we move together. I learned how to connect with God in my body and how to see others and myself better through our own unique expressions of bearing God's image. Lastly, I got to begin to understand the beauty of dancing together. We push and grow and add strength to each other. I need people around me to dance with God in family.
I was very excited when I got put in the movement collective because I've always wanted to learn how to dance. I felt nervous but ready to learn. God surprised me in the first class when I asked him what he wanted to teach me. He said he wanted to teach me how to be comfortable in my own body and how to practice vulnerability. In being prompted to create my own choreography and find my unique movement, I have grown in confidence. I believe in myself now more than ever.
I expected movement to be the process of teaching our bodies to conform to the correct or traditional way of moving. When we first started, I was terrified of being seen. I was so afraid of failing, not being capable, and looking like a fool to my classmates and teachers. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to hide. I couldn't, and that's exactly what I needed. The Lord surprised me by providing a space and leaders that taught me how to press into vulnerability and move the way I was uniquely made to move. I learned how to engage the peace of the Father's closeness as I confidently took up space. I have received liberation from old fear and shame that convinced me to stay small and found space to explore the childlike wonder and grace of movement in my own body.
I thought movement was going to be a class of dance history alongside teachings of different styles and techniques. I thought that I was going to look foolish for most of this class. I believed that I would always feel awkward in my body and that I was not capable of connection with others in this class as well. Thankfully, I was wrong. The Lord beautifully showed up by teaching me about my history with him through my movement. He shifted my heart posture from a hardened one to a soft, childlike posture. He reintroduced me to his goodness and playfulness through this collective as well. I have learned to trust others, to trust myself, and most importantly, to trust God through this class.
Movement, a terrifying combination of being vulnerable and being seen. That's what I heard when I read the Movement Collective's description. But I felt that gripped in my soul, the Holy Spirit's invitation. The first day of class, my face showed how angry I was that I accepted. I didn't feel at home in my body, and this class's emphasis on our triune being felt unreachable for me. I expected berating shame and maybe some peak moments of breakthrough. Instead, God surprised me with his river of grace. This class gave me space to flow with God, my spirit, my soul, and my body. I met a God who washes away pedestals of perfection to restore play. I met a God of grace.
To be honest, I thought this class was going to be unbearable. The idea of moving and inviting others to see me was nothing short of terrifying. I have hated my body for a long time, and letting people see me was something I never expected to do. But as I entered the farm that very first day, I began to feel the scales of those old beliefs falling off. Through Movement Collective, the Lord offered me a new, powerful declaration against the lies I've held on to. I received the invitation to love the image of God I bear. I've started taking the baby steps of truly loving my body, my creativity, and what I bring. I will forever be impacted by the time I was gifted there on the Tarquette floor.
In this class, we have reclaimed the beauty of how God made us. We cultivated confidence through vulnerability and received the truth that we are not alone. We have learned to carry strength, peace, and hope in our bodies. It is our desire that you receive these three things through this dance and feel the same courage that we all encountered through movement. We have learned that we are enough, and this is our declaration.
We woke up, the world was figured out, beyond the beauty we've dreamt about. This brilliant light is bright and we know, without our darkness to prove it so. We can't help but to examine it, to add our question marks to periods. At the foot of our bed we found an envelope. You're enough, you're enough, you're enough, you are enough. These little words somehow changing us. You're enough, you are enough. So we let our shadows fall away like dust. When we grew up, our shadows grew up too. But just old ghosts that we grew attached to. The tragic flaws that they hide are true. You're enough, you're enough, you're enough. I promise you're enough, you're enough, you're enough. I promise you're enough, you're enough, you're enough. I promise you. You're enough, you're enough, you're enough. You are enough. let me go.